Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Goblets and Gays for this very special bonus episode. This will be airing sometime after our season 2 is done and before I believe we get into Aki's mini, which is going to be a lot of fun, and she has said things about it on the podcast if you want to. But I am Aubrey. I am here with some new people, some returning people, and we are going to be playing in Paizo's Sundered Waves one-shot by Jason Ballman. I've been really looking forward to playing this. It's a pirate treasure hunt adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we can definitively answer the question, do dead men tell no tales?
I don't like that.
Seems like we're spoiling a necromancer in the party that I'm just now becoming aware of.
But yes, since you're a returning player, Dusty, do you want to start us off? Who are you? Who are you playing? And yeah.
Yeah, hi. My name's Dusty. I use he, they pronouns. Today I'm going to be playing Frida Esperanza, who is Flesh Warp Undying Rogue, which means they're like water elemental, kind of like, and Flesh Warps are this like really cool heritage. So they have like dark blue skin, and I think they have just like tiny spikes. Not like, maybe not enough to like be used as like any weapons, but tiny spikes all over their arms and face, and their eyes are like dark blue with no pupils, just kind of look like the and they're sometimes a drunk.
Good to know. Next up we have Mike. You want to introduce yourself, who you are, and who you're playing?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name's Mike. A guest on the show. But I am playing Gilgax the Ledger, who is a red-scaled kobold. And his pronouns are he, him, and he is an investigator. Since I'm very new to Pathfinder, I'll be figuring out exactly what that means as we go.
Oh, it is one of my favorite classes. It is so much fun.
It's really great.
It seems wonderfully I'm so excited.
And we will round out our cast tonight with
Me? That's me.
this.
My name is Tommy. You might know me from the wide YouTube, a dude who makes videos about second edition of everything else Paizo has. 5 ever called Black Dragon Gaming. Today, I will be asking the real questions of, can you play a melee sorcerer without dying in a party of less than 4? We're going to find out. Today, I am playing a human Suli air elemental of Talim, and I'm very excited because I very rarely get to a player, as I complain about a lot in a lot of different spaces. So I'm real excited to just be able to like let my hair down and airbend at things. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be fun. I was very excited when I saw that Paizo did these one shots because I think it's the perfect way to get people into. So yeah, we shall get into things. 5 years. That was the last time the 3 of you sailed together on the Brassburg, pursued by the Andoran Navy. It was the last time any of you saw Captain Ren. Fortunately, you were set free after only a few months, but Renlock wasn't so. He spent his last years in jail until an illness claimed him. You've learned of Renlock's death from his companion, a clockwork parrot named Kahlo, that remained ever. Just a few weeks ago, the bird sought you out to deliver the bad news. While one side contains a cryptic clue, the other suggested that you travel to this beach on this morning to find the captain's prized treasure. So here you are, along with the others. I have to edit this from 3 to 4 in my head, or 4 to 3 in my head. Staring at the particularly sunken remains of the ship you once called home. The smell of the surf and rotting wood hangs heavy in the air. The silence only broken by the screech of far-off gulls on this lonely island north of the shouts. And yeah, this is where we begin. You all find yourselves on this beach and trying to figure out exactly what. I'm going to share this with you all. It is the map that you have all been given and put together. And each part has a clue on it. And the part where you are with the ship right now says, begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against.
Well, that is delightful. Talim will make her way over the ship itself and just longingly look up at the sails from time to time, extend her left hand as if like ha-chawing a yo-yo, and when that happens there's this like gust of wind that comes out, trying to in vain get a little bit of wind in the sails with these sails and how unhappy they look. That presumably inevitably doesn't happen. Talim just kind of sits down in the sand, Well, you two have any particular ideas about what we should do? Turning over toward. Oh, I'm so bad with names. Turning over towards the kobold. You're the
I was muted and talking to my.
as many idea people do.
Yes, so I am also bad with names. I'm right in the middle. But Gilgax, he's currently standing in the shallows, just close enough to you, nearby, and watching the water go in and out and in and out. And he's like, "So, I'm thinking, Captain Renlock, he loved his riddles. In with the tide, out with the tide, against the tide. If I stand right here in the same spot, technically I'm doing that as the water goes in and out. Is that anything? Does that sound like anything?"
Talon just nods enthusiastically and watches you do this, waiting for something to happen.
Rita would be standing nearby, one just mindlessly shuffling a deck of cards, and she would just look at you and just like, ugh, yeah, the captain's always with pinche riddles. I was never a fan of them. That was always your thing. I mean, are we supposed to just stand here until something happens?
As you all do this, you watch as Kahlo, the clockwork bird, swoops down and lands upon the railing of the deck of the ship and looks at you all expectantly.
I look at the bird. Gilgax turns and looks at the bird. His big kind of droopy cobalt ears hanging down the side of his head. "Hey, bird, what do you want? What do we do? Like, can you point at something? Can you like squawk instead of just sitting there looking at us menacingly? That bird is judging us."
The bird's always just.
I'm not entirely sure of clockwork judgment, but I'll defer.
He always gave me this thinker.
I think it's just stuck like. Perhaps dear captain left some. Talem's gonna start swimming out.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do our first roll of the game. It will be an athletics check because the ship isn't incredibly far out. The DC isn't going to be incredible, but it's just sort of to swim against the tide and avoid the rocks.
What if I told you I had assurance with athletics?
Then yeah, you which would be what a
14, I believe. Talem is expert.
14. Yeah, that'd actually be more than enough. You swim out there, no problem, and you get ready to climb aboard the ship. Having sunk many years ago, the rotting hulk of the brass birdings bring back memories of your time aboard, sailing up and down the coasts of Astavand and Garand, choosing fame and fortune. But dreams of that glorious past have faded, and now the half-sunk ship of Captain Renlock, sunken hulk of Captain Renlock's prized. Even now, you can see the wheel where he's shouting orders to you and the crew members as you chased Fortune together. You can still hear his final call to stand down as the Andoran ships closed in. The call that likely saved your. And you see that for the most part, the ship is half of it is in the water, half of it the wheel that we're just looking at still actually seems to be.
Talem will like tread water. Turn. Gilgax, do you need a hand? I'm not sure how.
You say as you turn around and say this, Gilgax is clearly struggling because I have my sheet as +1.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give me an athletics roll to see how you're doing, it's just a D20 and add your athletics.
Roll a real dice. Hopefully terrible because that character. 14. That's not awful.
Yeah, same thing. Is your days on the boat come back to you, and you're able to swim no problem.
Cool.
How deep is the water?
Not incredibly, like a couple of feet deep. It gets to a point where it's deep enough that you can't stand, and you do actually have to swim.
Okay, yeah, Rita would get through. I imagine because flesh orbs in general are usually tall. They're a tall 6'5", but they would eventually have to swim.
Mm.
I do think it makes sense if they quickly outpace Gilgax.
Mostly because just you're like twice Gilgax's size at least.
I'm very, very little.
And presumably can just walk through the water, with you being water.
More or less, yeah. Can't walk on water yet.
Yeah, under my height on the character sheet, I just wrote SMOL. Samoa.
Well, when it becomes obvious that folks don't need help not drowning, Talem will begin to up the ship and head.
And as you all get onto the ship and look around, you definitely think of all of the probably really good memories of your pirating life. And you watch as Kahlo jumps from the railing up into near the.
So it looks like the bird is probably Who wants to go grab the wheel? One of y'all or
Oh, Captain Mike. Talem is gonna just. How's the rigging? Does it still exist? Could one climb the masts?
The ropes and things like that have probably long rotted away with just the seawater and salt and but like the mast itself is still there. So if you could actually like get around the mast and get good grip, you could probably climb up to where the crow's nest is.
Deal. Talem feeling nostalgic to try to get a better look.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
22.
22. Yeah, it's taking you a bit, but you're climbing up, and we'll deal with that in just a second. Rita walks over to the wheel.
As you reach the wheel, I'm just barely getting over the deck. Oh my god, I forgot how much I hate climbing up these stupid ropes. And you hear a thump as I like roll over onto the deck and I'm on my back. You find anything?
Mostly just nostalgia.
you're
It's the
finding
best
that?
kind of treasure.
Rita's gonna go turn the wheel.
Yeah. And as you approach the wheel, you do notice that it looks very interesting. It's still in very good shape, and it's essentially got a compass on it. And as your hands touch the wheel and you start to turn, the bird's mouth opens, and you hear a familiar voice. The voice of your captain. It says, "My friends, it pleases this old pirate's heart to see you gathered once again on the deck of the Brass Bird. Although my time may have passed, I have found one last treasure for you, but ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. I have placed a few challenges. Don't worry, I am sure that they're nothing that you... To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coast of Varissia, return home, but then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow my dreams and sail on the river kingdoms and retire. And after that cryptic clue, Kahlo grows silent and the mouth shuts at the old wheel."
Did it say we have to sail to the Pharisee? On what?
I believe on metaphor.
That sounds about.
Also, I'll take 10 platinum out.
What did the original clue say? Like for something ghost type.
As Gilgax is getting up, he goes, "Begin your journey going with the tide, then against it, with, and finally against, like back and forth."
Oh, there's the wheel. It has a compass on it. Okay. What direction are we currently facing?
You are currently facing, I believe, south.
Would the tide perhaps refer to? Okay, I'm gonna do some character. Rita kind of looks and just like, you think like this wheel is not like is more than just a wheel, probably. Knowing the captain, I mean, look, it has a compass. Do you think we should just like, where's the tide going? Can we tell? Do you think this?
Oh, maybe the boat can tell. That's got me thinking. What were the places that the bird said? I was still catching my breath. He like named specific places.
Yeah, they wanted us to go to Varis, all the way back to Absalom. I assume we would know in character what Absalom is.
Yes, all of you would know that Absalom, the biggest cities in the inner sea, which is pretty much where.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if he wants us to go toward.
Given that Paris present. Oh, what? Looks up at sky, looks back down. I don't know in here, but not exactly close. I guess I can start walking.
How tall is the wheel?
The wheel is like it's probably like you would have to, as a kobold, put your hands above your head to move it.
Like, yeah, like
really.
I'm imagining grabbing the bottom like a toddler trying to hold the steering wheel while Dad drives.
We gotta get him a step stool.
Yeah. So at this point, maybe I've walked over. Gilgax has walked over, and he has his little red like scaled hands gripping the wheel from the bottom, like at 5 and 7 or something. And he's trying to like move it. Does it move? Is it loose or is it like stuck in place?
No, it moves.
All right, Captain. I'm just thinking, maybe put this out there. Captain was always talking in metaphors, stupid rhymes and puzzles, all that. What if we have to turn the wheel to the in the direction of the places that he mentioned, like we were sailing there, and it'll open something like some kind of combination lock? I start moving the wheel.
From my vantage point, as the wheel moves, does the rudder?
No.
Huh. And with that, I'll slide back down and head over to the wheel.
What'd you see?
Nothing. Actually, and I'm being completely serious. I didn't see a thing. Literally, the rudder doesn't move in the wheel. It's presumably a mechanism. Else,
From where we are, what direction is Varicia?
Roll me a society check.
Do I
See
have
how well you remember your map.
Oh, hey, let's get that plus.
also
Nice.
+0.
Oh, hey, but it's okay. I got a 20.
20. You if as the crow flies, you said Varicia. Varicia is north.
Okay. As Rita's like making a show of it, they do the thing where they stick their finger in their mouth, hold it up, even though they're pretty sure there's no breeze whatsoever. And they're just gonna grab the wheel, probably with Gilgax still like holding on, and just turn it around to north.
As you do that, Talem fires a gust of wind such that you think the wind is. There's always a breeze. I'm right here.
Yeah. There's always.
So the north is on top right now. Do you just do like a full 360 until it's back on top?
I thought you said it was pointing. Oh no, we were pointing.
Yeah, the boat itself is pointing southway.
Okay, yeah, I would do a 360, just like enough to where Gogax just has a fun little ride.
Yeah. Off in the distance, as it does its full complete 360, you hear a click in the distance.
Well, you're on to something, I think. Y'all heard the click, right? A little as if.
Can I roll an acrobatics check to see if that ride makes me?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, you take a good little like loop-de-loop around the wheel.
Ow!
I mean, I needed to know faster, and
That's all right. I should have known.
But yeah, no, I'm not sure, but there was a click when we did that. So you're on to something. So Varicia is north, so that's why I did it toward. Do you think
Absalom is here, right? Or is that?
No, Absalom is not.
Oh,
If you want to roll a society check to see if you remember in what cardinal direction Absalom.
I will roll that.
Help us, int base P. Only hope.
All right, I
Nice.
got a 17.
Yeah, and as the crow flies, Absalom would be south.
All right, so the crow flies south to Absalom. That's what I've heard on the so
Yeah. Do you want to turn it this time, or?
Nah, I don't want to bump my head again. You can do it.
Then yeah, Rita would turn it so south would be facing up.
And you hear another click.
Nothing happens with the click.
You hear a click, but nothing seems to happen.
The second part of the combination.
So, was the click somewhere on the boat, maybe?
But I don't know what is going on. I just keep hearing noises in the background, and I'm like, I really hope that's nothing important.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you can just roll a perception check. And yeah, because secret checks, my favorite thing. You can tell it's coming from off of the boat, somewhere in the the cliffside.
Oh, it's like loud enough to be heard from far away.
Mhm.
Dang.
I guess it's less of a click and more of a loud grinding noise.
Yeah, I mean it's old. It's on a ship, probably.
Along the lines of a change
Mhm.
where we're at to the rest of the mech.
Hey, Gilgax, you want to go check it out? You're investigating type. You could probably find where the
Yeah.
click's
Let
coming
me
from.
let me take a. I'm just gonna try and do a walk over to the edge of the boat towards where the clicking sound is coming.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like search check I can do? I'm looking at her.
I mean, you can do a perception, but also you as an investigator have probably one of my favorite things: the pursue a lead and all of that. It essentially is with the way the investigator works is you can solve a mystery, and this is kind of a mystery. But you can decide that this whatever treasure hunt that you're on, this is your mystery. This is what you will be making checks for. So you spend a minute examining the details of one potential clue, designating the subject related to that clue as the target of your active investigation. The subject is typically, it will say the subject would probably just be this treasure hunt. And you don't need to know what exactly it is or anything. But you just have to have enough to invest.
Mm-hmm. I just found this. I was looking through my actions.
Yeah.
It was referenced somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And whenever you attempt a perception check or skill check to investigate, you get a +1 circumstance bonus to the check, and those actually help so much. And if you want to designate this as your case, and then give me a perception check with that +1 circumstance.
Yes, for sure. So just to double check on the character sheet here, the perception is off to the right.
Yes.
There's a little like eye with a
Mhm.
slash through it. I guess that
Yep.
makes it like a private check.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is definitely going to be my circumstance. Wow.
28. Yeah, you're definitely, it's like whenever it is essentially, it's like each time you solve something, it is like a lock opening up. So you're relatively sure that whatever you need next is somewhere on the cliff, but you can't get to it.
So as this is, I kind of look over from the edge of the ship and go, I bet you that it's open in some kind of door or like mechanism up there on the cliff. But as you can see with my tiny little legs, I can't climb that cliff. You guys see any other way to get up there? All of you? I turn around and motion to.
I mean, I worked the rigging of a ship for several years. I never got the chance to play with the cannons, Talem, but I did get a lot of time with these guns. If we really need to climb.
I thought you were just insinuating you were about to stick Gilgax in a cannon and shoot them off.
Oh, I never got a chance to use the cannons, but I played Sea of Thieves once. Come with me.
My tiny heart was just about to like break because I thought you were gonna fire me out of that cannon.
I worked so hard on that pun. Damn it.
Oh,
I think
it was
better
a
off
good
working-
pun. Don't get me wrong.
You see Rita looking at the cannon longingly. I don't think it works anymore.
You're also
I mean,
probably short all the black powder you need.
Probably.
I would be open to it if just saying if we did have black powder, I would be very open to be firing out of it. That could be fun.
I mean,
Maybe we should have a talk. Are you feeling okay? That's Taleb like makes a fist with one hand and an open hand another, and then into that doesn't. I'm going back to the wheel, and as the wheel moved, since we've all not paid attention.
Yeah, it has reset itself at north.
I see. Tommy, I already forgot what's the name of your character again.
Talem.
Talem. I mean, Talem, you seem to be the most light on your feet and proficient with what you call your guns. Do you want to go to the cliffside while we spin the wheel again, see if anything happens?
Sure. Talem will climb back down the side of the ship, swim over, and
Cool.
do I have magic
It
for
is.
this?
I don't know. Do you have magic for that?
I do not.
It is probably about like 40 feet up. You see where like trees and things like that. And because this is like a seaside cliff, it's pretty sheer. Like the water has worn it down quite a bit.
Does anyone have any hand? Alternatively, wait a minute. And Talem is gonna just like sit and turn the wheel again. I'm gonna try to find the origin of where that clicking.
And you have two more locations that are in the riddle, because it was Pharisia, Absalom, and then River Kingdoms and Retire.
Where's the okay? So River Kingdoms is another place.
Yep.
I see. Shall I roll a society to figure out where that is?
Yep.
That's a solid 14.
14. River Kingdoms would be to the east.
Retire. So the River Kingdoms retire in peace have to be there's 4 cardinal directions. You know, you said metaphor. Where would the captain want to retire? Where's home?
I believe the captain's to retire somewhere, if I'm understanding, and then looks back over at Callow. Hey, Callow, can you repeat that again one more time? Did we understand that right? It appears Callow does not have enough sound. Very well.
Probably yeah. One playback recording. He might explode now that it's all done.
They're probably just tired.
But Callow it'll take a moment, and then the mouth will open again, and you'll hear the captain's voice. To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coast of Isia. Return home, then make your way to Absalom and to spend your life. Finally, follow my dream and set sail to the River King and retire in peace.
Oh wait, what was the wheel? The default state, north pointing up. We probably got to do Varisia, home, Absalom, River Kings. Like reset, because you know how like when you do the first spin on the lock, sometimes you got to pass home when you're going through.
Usually.
Talem nods.
As a rogue, I'd probably know this.
So, yeah.
I mean, this is your expertise. Don't let me talk you. You know. Sorry, I didn't mean to explain that to you.
No,
I was just thinking out loud.
No, that was totally out of character. I'm like, yes, I totally know this.
There you go, rogue explaining again.
just imagine like Gilgax's head is still in the cannon and his voice is echoing out, and you're just kind of standing there with your hands on your hips, giving him a glare, and he can't see. Yes, I know Gilgax.
Yes, yo comprende. Okay, mira. So I definitely. So it was north. So then Rita's just going to be walk over and say this out loud. North, south, and turn it like that. Does anything else happen after east, or is there just no?
After east, you hear when you turn it towards east, so east is on top. When you do north, south, east, you hear a third large grinding sound. And Talem, you can easily tell that this sound is coming from within the cliff itself.
Can I perhaps track it to like a square?
Yeah, give me a quick. Let's do thievery.
Okie dokie. Hooray for a little bit of dex. 15?
15. Yeah, you do manage to. It is. You track it to one specific area. You're relatively sure it's coming from somewhere over here.
For my next trick, I read. As Talem moves over there, she raises her hands to it, and I cast Produce Flame. The spell is altered by my bloodline such that it does burning damage and is just big, angry gust of wind. I want to see if I can find like if possible, or a line or something where the wind. I'm trying to zone down exactly where the like way forward.
Oh yeah, no, you cast the spell and you start holding the wind along the wall, and eventually you do find a part that's pretty much right in front of you. That it definitely it's something there. Like if you finish solving the puzzle, maybe it will open.
Can I return it back to north after?
Yes. And as you do, you hear one last grinding noise, and Talem, as you hold your wind there, you suddenly watch as the wall just sort of opens and slides, showing off this tunnel ahead
Well,
of you that curves to the left.
I'm very glad I didn't have to try to shatter the door open. Thank you very much, the pair of you.
Gilgax finally pulls his head out of the cannon. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, look at that.
You know, I mean, I don't know how Captain carved out a tunnel in the cliffside, but
Now, that's a real mystery. How did the man who's been and died in prison find a way to take his old ship, get it all the way back here from Endoran, sink it, turn it into a strange locking mechanism that opens it? Gilgax, I'll leave that one go. And Talem limbers up the rancer that's on her back. I don't know what's in, but I do things like to hide in the dark and often resent people treading upon their lairs. So they are ostensibly knives. Glares at you as passes, then smiles, keeps walking. I'll go around the corner. Ooh.
Oh, I had my character sheet up and it was covering all the goodies.
Yeah, fun fact, you could use the arrow key to move your token if you.
Oh, I have to literally. I might have missed part of this demo where you all went in.
It's right over here.
Aha! Thank you. Oh, I see. Look at that. There's a hole in the wall.
That's
As
a
we
weird
walk-
part, yes.
I just imagine that it is Gilgax being like, "Where'd you go?" And everyone's just like, "Here."
Aquí.
Can't hear over the sounds of a voice echoing in the cannon that his head.
Yep. Pulls his head out. Everyone's gone. Hello. As we walk in, thinking about what Talem and we were saying, can I do I notice I have a feat here, a skill here for finding traps.
Yes.
I feel like the captain was a wily individual.
Yeah, I believe that is just a perception check.
Oh, nice. What is trap finder?
Let's see.
Circumstance bonus.
Yeah, Trap Finder gives you a +1 circumstance bonus to perception checks made to find traps and to AC against traps.
Ooh.
Yep, which is
So
very
you
good.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm very dodgy. I can just jump out of the way.
And you can essentially just say that as you're moving through, you're searching, and I'll just make a bunch of checks for you,
Okay.
a bunch of secret checks. You can make this one now if you want.
Ooh,
But like as it goes along, I'll just be rolling. I will let you know if you find or don't.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
Secret
okay.
checks are fun because we don't know how bad we fucked up.
Yeah, you could critically fail, and I give you bad information.
Ooh, look at
Yeah.
that. That's not great, but not terrible either.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, you don't see any traps so far.
Rita is being cautious. They definitely they on their belt they definitely have, instead of they have a dagger there, but they also have what looks like a sheath for their playing cards. So they're gonna put the cards in there as they're walking back up and just take out one and just play within their hands, running it back as they're walking.
Yeah. And this hidden passageway ascends at an incline of a few feet above the high tide line of the cove before leveling off. The passage ends in a short set of stairs that descend to a large chamber lit only by vine-choked cracks in the ceiling above. The rough-hewn chamber has fallen into The western wall collapsed and is collapsed partially, and dirt, rock, and plant debris litter the floor, obscuring a large leaf pattern made from grease. The tip of this leaf ends in a brackish pool of water. Rising up from the water is a mold-encrusted stone statue of a woman who appears to emerge from with seaweed for hair and her arms held high in supplication to the sky above. A faint clicking and rustling noise can be heard from the collapsed wall, but its source is not imminently apparent.
Ooh, do any of us recognize this magic lady that's possibly magic?
You say magic lady, and Talem turns around. What was that?
And that is going to be a religion check. You want to do that?
Yeah, I can give it a go.
Yeah. And Gilgax, as you enter this chamber, and these other two are starting to lift this statue, the clicking noise you heard earlier is sounds like it's getting closer.
Like left or right side?
It is going to be on your left side, under near the part of the wall that looks like.
Okay, I start to carefully kind of walk towards it and go, well, we found a clicking noise here. I kick a pebble towards the pile of rubble.
Taleb is going to try to in tandem Gilgax, and it's a 13 on a religion check.
13, okay. So yeah, you're like somewhere over here-ish.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
I got 6.
Mm-hmm. And like as you kick the pebble towards the wall, a insectoid head sort of sticks out from the wall as this giant ant crawls through. And we're gonna now go into initiative.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
Giant ant? No.
Yeah.
Giant ant and a giant uncle.
Yep. And you are all going to, if you just want to right-click your token and click the crossed sword and shield, it will put you into initiative.
Oh, this is very cool.
And if
roll perception.
you roll perception for your initiative.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I knew I should have been doing push.
Oh, that's not good. That explains it, because I'm looking at this ant in the face.
I don't have my...
you can just roll it and tell me what you get.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 19 on my actual dice. That's plus 11 for my perception.
You're ready.
Uh-huh.
So that's 11. So it's a 30.
Yeah, 21 for me, boss.
Cool. So yeah, we will start with Rita.
Great. I'm assuming the giant ant thing doesn't look...
No, it does not.
Okay. Then I am going to use my first action to walk. And I'm going to enter the four-berry stance. I don't know how you say it. Where essentially, my playing cards are now considered daggers.
Is this your card?
Yeah.
I have a whole video about a magus on one, and that was the name of the video. Is this your card?
Would this mean that I'm moving first, so it's flat-footed, right?
Yes, it has not moved before you, so it is flat-footed.
Does that mean I get to do a sneak?
It does.
Yo, I've never done that before. Let's go. All right, well, let me just roll to attack first. So that is 23 to hit.
23? Yeah, the 23 hits.
Hell
it's
yes.
not a crit, but yes, it is a hit. So roll that and your sneak.
Cool, I think sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and because we have 5, actually it's 2d6. So that is a 1 plus 3 for the dagger, which is 4, and roll 2 4. So that's
8.
12 total.
12 total? Cool. Yeah, you get a good hit on like its exoskeleton. It sort of bleeds the icky insect blood and kind of lets out like a little insectoid screech. And that's what, 2 actions?
No, it's reactions because I had the stance is 1 action.
Stance is an action. Cool. Yeah. And then Talon, you will be up next.
Gilgax, what have I told you about? Never mind. And Talon holds up her rancer, but he brings it down and forward, assuming I can with a small creature.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Dope. So for 2 actions, I cast Sudden Bolt, and that will trigger the free action Bespell Weapon, which will tag on.
Wow, you really hate this ant.
I hate ants.
We find out Aaron's
Fallout 3
backstory.
reference really doesn't warm Ian's the closest we project. Oh gosh, so then a little bit of damage will stick onto the ramming, an additional d6 of, in this case, Okay. Spell attack
Let's roll 40-12.
Why not?
Sudden bolt.
Gosh.
Oh my god, that's fast.
So then
It
I
is,
think I need a reflex save. You.
Yeah, it does need to be reflex save.
Yeah, it's
and
oh my
that
gosh.
is
33 electric
33.
damage pending.
And that its reflex is so that was a 17 for its reflex.
I'm sure that a DC 21, so it fails.
Yeah, it fails, so it does take, and it's just playing card, lightning bolt. It is dead.
Lean forward, stab what remains of its thorax. Oh, that might have been over.
Forget no is that is 3 actions, but unfortunately, this ant had friend.
Okay, maybe not overkill.
Yeah. The first one sort of comes out and will spend its first action to move over to you, Gilgax. And then with its second action it is going to attempt to. Okay. Second action, it is going to attack with its mandibles.
Oh, brother.
So that is a 22.
Wow, magic. That is exactly my age.
Yeah. And then you will take. You're only going to take 5 slashing damage as you're grabbed with the mandibles. But it is going to use its final action to grab you, and you are now considered grabbed by the ant.
So this is going to sound a little wild. How my HP keeps resetting on my sheet when I type in the new number.
Yeah,
Did you hit
Gilgax the
enter?
Immortal.
It means I'm immortal.
You type-
Ha ha ha.
You type in the new number and you make sure you don't click off.
Yeah. When I hit enter, it goes back to.
Also, you can go
Yeah.
on, like, you can click your token and do you see where a number?
Oh, yeah, maybe it's because it's an.
Yeah, and you can click that, and then you can just do minus whatever the damage is, and it'll do all the math for you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Less
So you don't have
math
to be
better.
like, I take 13 damage, but I'm at 55 health. What?
Math? What?
This for not to math.
Yeah.
I usually use Roll20, and this is so much better.
But yes, that is that. And
Okay, so-
then it's still there, but just and then a second ant comes from the wall and is in front of you. We also feel like I'm saying your name wrong.
Rita
Yeah.
or Taylor?
Yeah. Rita.
Rita. You know, like Margarita.
Rita Repulsa?
Yeah,
Or Rita
like the
Repulsa.
bad guy from Power Rangers, right?
And this one is going to attempt to attack you with its mandibles. That is a 15. I don't think that hits.
Unfortunately.
No. And then it's going to follow up with the stinger on its tail. And that is going to be a 23. And if you could give me a quick fortitude save as the stinger on its tail gets shoulder.
How? Oh, is this a disease or a poison?
It is a poison. Yes.
Hey, because of unusual anatomy, because I'm a fleshy, I guess.
Yeah.
That second liver is
and-
really.
Yeah. And you take 5 piercing damage.
All right. Well, it's you said fortitude,
Yes.
so that's +9 +1, so that's 22.
Oh yeah. You're fine.
And you said 5 damage.
Yeah, and 5 damage. You are not poisoned or enfeebled.
Oh, good. I am glad.
Yep. And yeah, we will come to you, Gilgax, and I get to explain one of my favorite things about Pathfinder is the 3-action economy. You have 3 actions, you can spend them however you would. Some of your abilities may have more than 1 action, but they will always tell you. Like moving is an action, attacking is an action, so you can attack multiple times in one turn, but there will be penalties if you.
Okay. So with that in mind, he's in the jaws of the jaws of one of these ants right now, right?
Yeah.
Not great. So he's gonna probably reach for whatever weapon he can get a hold of that's on his belt, which would either be his short sword or his sap. I'm gonna roll a dice to see which one it is. That'll be the sap. So he just kind of like blindly reaches around and grabs the little club at his waist and swings up to like try and bonk it on the head.
And I will say one of my favorite things about the investigator is you can devise a stratagem.
Oh, it's like the Sherlock Holmes time slow.
You take a moment and but instead you can roll like an intelligence roll, and whatever you get is what you can attack with.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
It is essentially like, but you can choose to attack or not.
We're playing Magic the Gathering, very scry 1, draw 1.
Yes, I love that. before we recorded this, I was literally playing Magic.
there you go.
you just
So this is amazing.
This would be an action. So you spend your first action to pull out your weapon. Second action, you can devise a stratagem. So roll a d20 for me.
That sounds wonderful. Trying to figure out where to do it in the virtual tabletop. Cool dice to show.
/R space 1.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's
Ooh.
really bad.
That's you're just
So then
and you can add your intelligence modifier.
Probably not great, but I'll look at my number here. Whatever that is on the character sheet up front. Intelligence is +4, so that is a grand whopping total of 7. My strategy is going to be.
Yeah, you're not so sure, but you can also choose not to attack. You can you can also spend an action trying to escape the jaws.
Yeah, I think that's the best strategy.
Yeah,
right
rather
now,
than attacking and probably missing.
In Gilgax's head, he's like, "All right, let's do this. How can I break his little ow?" As the ant is just shaking him around. Oh, all right, that's not gonna work. And I'd like try and pry my way out. Would that be athletics, or what would that be?
I believe it's actually acrobatic.
Oh, I get a +10 of that. That's a lot better than
that
athletics.
is to make an escape roll.
Okay, acrobatics. Oh, I thought that was gonna land on the 22.
22. So yes, you do actually manage to just be a slippery little kobold and get out of those jaws.
I like roll out, tumble on the ground, and go, "Aha! You ain't gonna make me say, Uncle." And I get my club ready to bring. Is that all my actions?
Yes, that would be all of your actions.
Okay, cool, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. And then we will be back to the top of the round with Rita.
Cool. I am going to go ahead and attack with the 2 playing cards because I have this twin distraction. So I make 2 attacks. When using twin feint is the one I'm using. Twin distraction is something, but 1 strike with each. The target is automatically flat-footed against the second strike. All right, so I'm just gonna roll these. Well, the first one is a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
A 16 won't hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's flat-footed against the second one.
That's
I
good.
rolled 10 better. So that's 14 plus 12, which is 26, minus 4 plus 2. So
Yes.
24?
24. Yeah, 24. 24 hits.
Cool. Because it's automatically considered flat-footed, it gets used.
Hey. Oh man, I can't wait for somebody to get a crit. I have the crit and fumble decks, and I cannot wait to use those.
So that is 4 plus 5, so 9 playing card damage.
Damage typing before piercing, bludgeoning, slashing, and playing card.
And okay. I'll read with my last action. I would like to grapple the ant.
Last action, grapple. Roll me a I think it's a athletics versus.
I believe it's athletic.
Athletics versus its reflex DC. You're just like, I grapple you before you can grapple me.
Pretty much. Okay, so athletics. That's and this counts towards the multiple penalty thing.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 10, so 27, but like minus 8, or is it?
I believe it's minus 10, unless your ability to grab has the agile traits.
So I mean, its reflex save DC would be a 17.
Oh, wow. So even if it is minus 10, I still rolled a 17. So yeah, great. I am grappling the ant. I decided to just
you're not gonna get me.
I feel like if even when I'm doing, I grab it by the neck and I'm just holding it in the air. And that's my turn.
Yeah, and Taylor.
Well, I guess let's do the same thing again. There's a big, wide arc with the Rancer. I cast another sudden ball, targeting the one to the north. The good ant could give us a reflex save against only 22 this.
But it rolled a 2. So it's only a 9. That is a critical failure.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
so our friend takes 44 electric damage, I believe. Or do you want me to roll the other 4?
No, you just double and have it. Rollable tables. Here we go.
Oh no.
We'll do on the critical hit. We will roll on the critical hit deck because hey, you may get quadruple damage.
You're gonna vaporize this thing.
Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
It's gonna turn into smelly air.
The least favorable.
Well, I don't know how much this is going to happen, but yeah, it does take 44 damage and dies, and then you watch as it blinks out of existence. Because you hit it with magic so hard, you summoned a planar rift, and it went to a random plane.
I just imagine like the lightning goes down and it just suddenly becomes so bright, and then like we turn around, it's not even ash.
I have a very important question. Do planar portals leave behind a weird smell?
Yeah, it kind of smells a bit like ozone.
Smelly air. See?
Smells like ozone because I'm yeeting lightning at butt. So
That's
third
actually-
action with the spell weapon up, I am going to bring the Rancer down on the one remaining and presumably it gets its flat-footed because it is grabbed, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hutshot. For a 21 versus the
Yeah, that'll hit.
nice. And I do that much damage. Okay, so 1d10 plus 3 plus 1d electric damage from the weapon for a grand total of 17.
Yeah, I mean it's not dead, but it's not looking great.
That'll be all.
Yep. And then it is its turn. And it is going to its first action to attempt to escape its grab. No, that's a 1. You keep a good tight grip on this ant, and it's going to spend its second action to attack you with its jaws.
Can you critically fail? And
No, unfortunately.
damn.
And then it, as it does this, it leans over and just sinks its its mandibles into your arm as you're holding it. Because it rolled a 19. That was before I even had bonuses.
Yep. Yeah, when you have bonuses, that will hit.
And with a bonus, that 30.
Yeah, doesn't crit, but
That's
definitely.
good. Yeah. So you take 8 piercing damage as these mandibles sink into your arm, and it's going to
How rude.
attempt to follow up with a stinger. And that's only going to be
19 total?
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Yep. And Gilgax, it is now your turn.
All right, so I'm standing here. Is this this ant like hanging out in front of me, or is this the one that's like
That's the one
one
that's
got held in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's being held in the air.
All right. I am going to just use devise a stratagem again. I guess that kind of makes sense. So I will roll a d20. Now I'm getting the hang. Oh, that's a fiend.
That's good. And then you would add your if you use this for your attack roll, you can add your intelligence modifier rather than your dex or strength modifier.
So that would throw me up to 19.
19, and
Which is
that is a
pretty good.
hit. So you
Awesome.
can roll your damage with your sap.
Damage here, and it also says, where is it in my strategic strike? If I land a roll with the devise a stratagem, I get to add an additional 1d.
Yes. So
Oh wait, 2d. Because
yes.
Ooh.
That's 17 damage.
17 damage. Yep. You smush this ant.
Can I just since it's Rita's the one holding it in the air, right?
Yeah, Rita's holding that.
Rita's holding it in the air, and I'm gonna try and jump as high as I can, which is not very high, and just can I bonk it off like a home run?
Yeah.
Take that, you dumb ant! Smack! I say smack as he collides with the ant's head, and I fall down on my butt.
Quite impressive. And Rita holds out a hand to help you up.
Oh, thank you. I take your hand.
So, what were giant ants part of the captain's puzzles?
Oh, actually, I think my skill relates to that because it's like the target of an investigation. My Mike's gut would say no, but let me check. Aubrey, help me out a little bit here. I know I clicked on something that would let me know if this is like part of the, the investigation going on. I just can't remember for the life of me what it was I clicked on this sheet.
The red
That
herring
was.
feet?
I think that is your on the case. Your pursue a lead and.
Oh, on the case. There we go.
Yeah. And you can spend a bit of time investigating the shrine. Who was the one who rolled the religion check?
I had before violence happened. Oh, geez, I think yeah.
It's not incredibly high. This is the statue is to Gozray. And for those who don't know, Gozray is like the god / goddess of storms. Gozray is usually seen as 2 separate beings.
And we.
Yes. And then also there's this. You look at your map again, and this is another thing that's on the map. There is map is right here. Make an offering to Gozray, but be prepared to face the storms.
Could we like? I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna because it says on the map, right, to make an offering to.
Yes.
Hey Talem, do you know what goes? Like, I know who they are, but like, I ain't exactly a follower.
Nor am I, but as someone who does a lot of Pathfinder thing, I know a lot of things about deities. How far does my 13 get me?
I mean, Gozray is a really common, very common for like sailors, especially. And you were all pirates for a while, so you've at least through osmosis gotten enough about Gozray. It's not necessarily like something valuable, valuable to you. It doesn't have to be monetarily valuable.
Well, do you have any valuable you could leave? It's hard to say. Gozray as a deity doesn't have a particular thing one offers. We're not looking for firstborn children. We're literally praying for rain. Hence the female aspect and not the male aspect, which throws lightning and causes them to die horribly. There's a half smile.
Okay. I, hmm. This is the part where I, as a player, is like, how much can I about this bet?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I will also say you can create things that your character might have on them. Say anything. Like if you're like, this necklace, I've had this necklace forever. It's super valuable to me.
Rita would actually, they have that dagger sheath up. They'll one flick the cards with all the ant stuff off, and then put them back into their. Oh my God, Rita has a deck box.
Back into the Ultra Pro deck box.
Yes. Is it like it's like a holster on your belt?
Yeah, but it's
yes.
Yeah, they're gonna put them in the deck box and unsheath the dagger and just. I mean, this is. The same dagger that I had when we were still sailing. Gave it back to me when we left. I assume this would be enough, hopefully.
Only one way to find out. Worst case scenario, you have to face the storm's wrath. And when I say the storm's wrath is on your side, Talem winks.
That's not that common, but okay. Rita would walk up and gingerly place the dagger. Does the statue have an outreached hand? Is that what's going on?
No, but there's a giant pool of water in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll gingerly lower the dagger into the water.
Yep. And then once that happens, is you all where is it? Here it is. As the offering lands in the water, a booming voice arises from the those who seek the blessing of the wind and waves must face the storm's fury. As the voice fades, water from the pool explodes, blasting the chamber with brackish filth. The explosion reveals a small creature standing in the middle of the wave. It appears to be a water mephit.
Is that a friend?
It looks at all of you and just goes, I never thought somebody would solve that.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting anything to actually talk to me. But hello, yeah, we solved it.
That we did.
Yes, you did. And so yeah, I mean, this means you're the ones that him guy,
the captain.
Yeah, that guy.
Uh-huh. So is that the last time you've seen anyone?
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, like, I was told to I was supposed to kill anybody who came through here, but honestly, I don't think I could kill any of you.
No.
You all look really strong.
How tall are water methods?
Like they're smaller than kobolds.
Like 4 times the height.
Oh, this is a water spirit that's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, I'd advise against.
So yeah, the door's over there.
Is there any Gilgax is suspicious? Is there any kind of check I can roll to see if there's a door over there? Isn't this method pointing us into a trap?
I don't know. You can give me a perception. See if you can just insight it.
Or colloquially, you can vibe check.
Yeah, vibe check.
I'm gonna vibe check this method. Ooh, that's a bad roll. Oh, that's not terrible. 13.
I mean, you're relatively sure this thing is as sure as you can be.
Well, thank you for the compliment. You said the door's over there?
Yep, and you'll sort of watch as same thing happens before. Part of the wall opens up and moves.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how many people did the captain hire? This is so intricate.
Hey, do you have to stay in this?
No, I mean now that somebody's actually like done the thing, I can leave.
Do you want to just like can't promise anything? It's and they do the least deflated like hand wave of it's adventure.
Sure, why not? I at least want to see what's at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I can't promise you can at least see it. That's a prize, right?
I mean, hey, I'm a water method. I don't like need things.
No
Valid.
concept of currency on the plane of water, then.
No, not really.
There,
I
there
don't
isn't
have it.
anything you like.
What was that?
So there isn't anything you like.
I mean, there are things I like, but do you see? It's like the spirit is gesturing at itself, and it's like, do I look like I have pockets?
Valid. Okay.
No, let's.
Yeah, and you see over here as a door has.
I'm gonna take a step back and just like make sure the mafia is either like behind us or ahead of us, and then just look and it's like that way we can make sure if they're lying, we could just push them towards danger.
Wait, take it back to I'll turn towards the method. You wouldn't be lying to us, would you, about your ability to do us harm and your desire to not do that?
No.
I believe him.
Convincing.
Good enough for me.
I could splash you with water. That's about what I could do.
And
I was mostly just like initially like they thought that the insects would take care of anybody who tried to get in here, but then like there was nobody else.
And Rita would do like look at them like and then snap and a small like flame appears in their hand, but because they're a water like thing, it's like starts steaming in their hands. Like, well, just don't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
And I'm gonna head off into the.
And you'll see is that the tunnel forks slightly, sort of off to your left. There seems to be a smaller room, and then there's sort of seems to be like an altar and some sort of thing to your. The small room, as you look into it, it's a short passageway that opens to a long, quiet chamber, flanked on both sides by wooden racks, bedecked with old, dust-covered weapons. Some appear to be in fine condition, while others appear to be nothing more than scrap. You watch as the clockwork parrot flies through and sits atop a small plaque at the far end of the chamber, lit from above by a narrow shaft of light.
The narrow chamber or the.
The narrow chamber over here. So pretty much it just goes and sits right up there.
Okay. Well, the parrot will talk to it, I guess.
After you.
And yeah, you'll see as all of these things along the wall are just filled with wet.
Ooh.
Any good weapon?
If you want to give me a perception check, let's see what you find. But also as you approach where the parrot is sitting, you can finally read the plaque. It says, "Honor the weapons of the fallen dead, those who died in service of you, but not let these tools go unused, for even in death they might help them."
Huh. It seems like they want it.
Well, of course, just because someone's dead doesn't mean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish. I'm gonna do a perception.
Yeah, and what did you roll for Gilgax?
Oh, I rolled a 17.
17? So as you're going, you find several things. You find something that you believe is a +1 longsword, a +1 rapier, and a +1 spear. And you also find a gaff and a club that are both relatively in good shape.
I roll on the dice is 12 plus 11.
23. You pretty much see the same thing. The +1 longsword, +1 rapier, +1 spear, and the gaff and the club. And also on your map, there is another clue. It says, "Pay homage to the lost. Take not their blade or spear if you want to win the pirate king's."
I looked down at my sap, which beheaded the begrudgingly. Is there any slots I could maybe put it in?
No, there's nothing that looks like you can put things in.
Oh, I meant maybe is there empty spaces on these weapon racks or anything?
No.
You could create one by taking it. I think the rapier definitely catches his eyes. Now they're gonna grab do like a fake bone maul.
Yeah. You can tell it's a +1 striking.
I'm like, well, they want us to use it, so I'll just take this off the dead's hands.
And nothing happens.
Nice, that's good.
While that's all going on, Talon is going to watch the other passageway and make sure more bugs of unusual size don't get behind us.
Yeah, you don't see it. Over here, it seems to be an altar and maybe another puzzle.
It said not their spear nor staff.
Yes.
So
if you take not their spear, blade or spear, if you want to win the Pirate King's treasure.
I'm gonna pick up the spear as.
And as you try to pick up a second weapon, The bird squawks, don't be greedy, and the first weapon you picked up vanishes from your belt and runs the rack.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I was looking for. That's good to know. Now I'll put the spear down and pick up the rapier.
Yep, nothing happens. It appears if you pick up more than one weapon, that happens.
Well, get something useful.
What were the other +1 weapon?
There's a +1 longsword and a +1 spear.
Yeah, Tay Lim, would you like any of these?
No, I'm, let's say, very focused to do much more than hurt myself. The spear holds up her two hands up and then gets and then spreads back out again. A little inefficiently. It's rather small. And taps her wrists a couple times. I'm good.
I will take the spear then.
Yeah, it is a. If you want to add it to your character, you consider it a +1 striking weapon. So it means when you hit with it, you deal double the weapon dice. So I think a spear is like a D6, maybe. I don't know off the top of my head. So instead of 1d6, you deal 2d6.
Spears are
Whoa.
D8s, I believe.
D8s, yeah. Well, it's like it's either a D6 or a D8. Couldn't remember.
I think we want to go.
Whoa.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's a D6. Fair enough. Never mind. I've changed
Yeah.
that from older editions of the game.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones that it might be versatile. If you attack with one hand, it's a D6, and if you attack with two, it's a D8.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Because I think longsword has.
Yeah, the longsword is like D8, D10, whereas I think honestly, bastard swords are the way to go with D10 and D12.
Well, yeah.
Looking at it, a spear has thrown 20, and that's the only fancy thing on it.
Yeah.
I like to be far away, so throwing it there.
Yeah. And so, Rita, as you enter the next, the cavern corridor opens to a naturally domal chamber. 4 stone pedestals stand before you, arrayed in a semicircle around the small altar. Atop the altar are 4 stone sculptures. One depicts the sun. Another has been carved to look like a crescent. The third is a tablet that has a small constellation of stars carved. The fourth resembles a comet racing through the sky. The pedestals are identical, save for the fact that each has a shining coin into its face, starting on the left with copper, followed by silver, gold, and platinum. And there is something that is carved into the top of this stone altar, and I'll share it to you right now. And it says, "To find your way, you must be able to navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars, preying upon a lucky comet to find your way home. The sun is in mighty value, worth more and placed before the stars." This formatting got really fucky wucky for some reason.
Okay. I thought it was just like being.
I was like, oh, I hadn't actually looked at this before. The moon in her radiance can't be gold or copper.
This is so rambly. The
It
formatting got
is.
so.
The formatting when I import PDF got so fucky wucky. Sun mighty value worth more and placed before the stars. The moon in her pale radiance can't be gold or copper. To spy a comet worth 1,000 times which you might is worth 1,000 times what you might get from glancing upon the moon. The stars come out right before the moon rises.
So, okay. Got it.
And then your map fragment says, "Lost at sea. Remember that one the one that is worth the most always goes last."
Okay.
The platinum goes last, I would guess.
Yeah. I assume it goes from monetary value, whatever these are. Is platinum the sun? Mighty in value, worth more and placed? Well, before the stars. The moon can't be gold. The moon are comet. So, is the comet actually platinum? So, okay. I think it's comet is platinum. Worth more and placed. The moon is silver.
Not me, because formatting.
Okay. The moon is silver, stars are copper, and the sun is gold.
That kind of sounds right.
That's just kind of like Rita just, going off like, I guess we have to move these around.
Said to spy a comet is worth 100 times, or is it 1,000 times?
It's 100.
Okay,
100
100. So
yeah.
that a platinum would be what, 100?
Yeah.
What's the conversion rate on that?
Silver is gold is 10 silver, so that's a platinum. 10 gold
Yep.
would be
Right in Gilgax's territory.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, Gilgax is just like, oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I have fixed it. It says to find your way, you must be able to navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars. Praying a lucky comet to find your praying on a lucky comet to find your way home. The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The moon in her pale radiance can't be gold or copper. To spy a comet is worth more than 100 times what you might get for glancing upon the moon. The stars come out right before the moon.
Oh, so we have to place the coins in order of the rhythm or the poem.
And you said on each pedestal is one of the things, right?
Yep, and they appear. They can be.
Okay, but so does the pedestals have copper, silver, gold, platinum from like left to right? Or...
Yeah, it says yeah. Well, these are this one is the sun. This is the crescent moon. And this is a small constellation of stars, and this is a comet.
Mhm.
The stuff is the other things you can move around the table, the altar.
Okay, but like you said, the pedestals had a coin in the front. Or did I hear that correctly?
The shining coin that has been set into its face. Yep.
Okay, and I
Uh,
assume that they're in order.
Copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and
So
those
we
are
just-
actually those are no,
No, go ahead.
the pedestals are identical, save for the fact that each has a shining coin set into its face.
So we just rearrange the coins to match I would guess.
I think we moved things on top because the actual things on top, like the crescent moon or something, is like a little item, right?
Yes, they are on the altar.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, my Jello brain thought that they were.
No,
carved
it's just
in
me.
there.
I read it and then my brain did absolutely not process what I read.
Wait, it's all good. We all got tripped up on the formatting.
So this is a Pathfinder queen, but like because I'm an investigator and I'm keeping an eye out for traps and things like that. That's just something secret you're rolling.
Yeah,
behind the screen?
I've been rolling that.
Okay,
on the
cool.
screen. And yeah,
'Cause
I
this
would let
feels
you.
like
I would
this
let
feels
you.
like a Temple of Doom. Boulder will crush us if we get it wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all.
honestly, now that you mentioned that, and I did just make a roll, you do see that there is a mechanism that it looks like it will probably trip if you get it wrong.
All right, so we can't just guess here and hit the numbers. And I point to what looks to be a mechanism up.
Well, you don't think you could disable the mechanism?
Oh, could I? Could that was out of character.
I mean, it's a possibility. You can attempt it.
I mean insurance, right? Well, if we try it and we mess it up, that just maybe leaves us stuck here forever.
I mean, presumably we just go back out the front. I quickly run back to see if the door is still open.
Yeah, it's still open.
Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We just have to not get crushed by whatever is going to. But I'll be over here while you fix them, and I walk as far away from the mechanism as I can.
I think Rita is like feeling a little confident. I think they would do stars, moon, sun, comet.
Okay. And as you do this, you feel a giant blast of wind that rushes, and everybody in the chamber needs to make me a fortitude save.
Oh, it feels wonderful, and oh my god!
That means I got it right? You said fortitude?
Yes.
My dice like me
Out of
tonight.
20.
Math. 27.
27. All of you manage to keep on your feet. You take 6 bludgeoning damage as the winds batter you and knock all of the sculptures onto the floor.
So
Where's
that
that
wasn't bad.
confidence?
Still there, just a little
Okay.
wounded.
As I say that, Dalen begins to cant, ending somewhere nebulously 30 feet. All of us, I'm going to quickly burn a level 1 spell slot. And so I think it is just for 5. I think the 3
Yeah,
actions
it's just
doesn't
1d. Yeah, one like a level 1. The 3 action just is 1d.
only the 2 action one that gets the.
Yeah.
Then everyone is
Um,
healed for 5 then.
I will roll your check. So you're relatively sure that with the riddle and everything, the stars and the moon cannot be placed first. Because the very first clue is the sun is mighty in value, worth more, and placed before the stars.
So the sun has to go before it, which means it.
And then the moon in her pale radiance can't be their copper.
What I think I'm hearing, the sun on platinum one, the silver one, and
I will say it does go left to right.
The very top one here is copper, gold, platinum.
Uh,
Hello?
I've broken.
no, I was reading it. I was like,
Oh, I thought it was my internet.
No, you're good. I was reading, and they fully admit in this notes that this is a very hard riddle for people to solve, and it's supposed to be like that.
Well, so what we know is the moon.
Mhm.
If the moon is silver, because it can't be
Mhm.
gold or copper.
Copper. The
Then-
sun is mighty in value, worth more in place before the stars.
So the stars would have to be copper because the comet would have to be platinum, which is 100 times silver.
Right.
So then it's just a matter of knowing that this, if we're going left to right, the sun has to be placed before the stars, which means the stars can't go on the end. We know the stars can't go first.
Oh, so what if it's the sun? So would the moon be platinum then?
Stars come out right before the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or it could be sun, stars, moon, comet.
because isn't the comet was worth 100 times more than what again?
The moon.
The moon.
Waiting for the method in the back to.
Mm.
Oh, hey, Method. Have you ever seen this?
No,
Ugh,
I'm just channeling.
I do love it. That's why I asked him to come. Could I roll maybe a check to see if like Rita sees something that dumb brain Dusty doesn't?
Let's just do a society check.
All right, it's at +0.
Oh yeah, you all do have hero points.
I mean, hey, I rolled an 18.
19.
I
1
haven't seen.
So yeah, it's you get it might be gold, copper, silver, platinum because sun more than worth more in place before the stars. The moon can't be gold or copper. And to comet is worth 100 times what you get for glancing on the moon. And the stars come out right before the moon rises, and the last one is worth the very most. So it's more likely than not sun, stars, moon, comet.
Yep, that sounds
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, the voice in my head personified really helped me out. Let's try that.
Talon is preparing to shatter the door and then stops at the last second. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, and as you do that, there's a sort of a sliding noise as another part of the wall moves, revealing a larger chamber.
Do we see the thing in the larger chamber?
Which thing in the larger chamber?
Larger chamber?
To you, it just looks like a giant skeleton resting on.
No,
It doesn't look alive.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, it's a skeleton. Skeletons aren't alive. Come on,
Yeah,
Yeah, they're never
skeleton.
alive.
guys. What? I'll walk.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
The rolling ocean has been painted on the walls of this chamber in faded blue and pale white. Opposite to the entrance is a raised platform with an enormous stone throne set against the far wall. An equally large skeleton sits on the throne, clad in the raiment of a pirate, complete with a patch over one of its empty eye sockets. The voice of your former captain calls out from the darkness. My old friends, you have come so far. The end is just over the horizon. I hope you will face this final test together and learn, as I have, that you can only step into the future by overcoming your past. As the voice fades, giant skeleton standing up and drawing a massive scimitar with a nightmarish clatter, it stumbles forward to it.
The
Ow.
captain was out to get us?
Is the captain? How tall is the captain?
Not that tall.
He's not this skeleton, right?
This is like a 10-foot tall skeleton.
Because that would very much explain how he had so much time to build this puzzle.
The captain was actually a lich, and we're all gonna die.
Is this a patented roll initiative moment?
Yes, this is a moment.
Got you.
26.
3. What is it? No, it's 12, but with the +9. But what is it with me rolling such low initiative?
11, so 22.
How big is the door we came?
Not that big. It's probably like normal door size.
I like the sound of that. That feels like it's not big enough for a skeleton to get through.
Talon,
Nope.
what is you start us off in the round.
Just a massive arm comes through or grabs you. So Caleb sees the skeleton stand up and immediately just brings her this big, like, upward arc motion. There's a massive down which fires down onto. I'm gonna cast Fireball. Could a Pliss get a reflex save?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That is going to be a 21.
Nice. So we're looking at DC. That was cool. Good. So it's a pass. I forgot to do this with sudden bolt, but I did take dangerous sorcery. So I add a +3 to this, and the bloodline to the fire damage that this would bludgeoning damage because I'm just airbending. Hacha!
Wow.
So half of 29.
So like 15 rounded up.
Just realizing now because it's normally fire damage, really hot air.
That's
Yeah.
not hot at all. Literally just I push air at it. The bloodline I took takes like all of the big sorcery damagey spells, and instead of them being what they were, the element.
Yeah. And that is
Very
what
cool.
2 actions for
Yes.
you have 1 action left.
For third action, everyone notices that Talem is not the brightest and her armor doesn't have she flexes her muscles and her arms become like wreathed in fire as I am gonna use something I definitely remember the name of and remember
Elemental Assault.
Yeah, Elemental Assault, because I'm a Suli. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be playing a Suli in an upcoming game. And
Nice.
I'm gonna be playing a Suli Elf Druid.
Nice. Till the end of my next turn, my strikes do an additional and dangerously procced for, and that'll be all.
Yep. Rita, it is now your turn.
Let me see what my move is really quick. 25 feet. Oh, I don't mean to do that.
Oh no.
Well, there's an aura around this screen for no reason. Oh, found it. Line. I want to move. I can only move 25 feet. So. Fuck it. I'm gonna move again. And Aubrey. So one of the feats I got is Titan Wrestler. I want to trip the giant skull.
Yeah, roll a athletics versus its reflex DC.
My athletics is it's +10, so it's 24.
24. So yeah, you do actually manage to use your thing, and it falls back into the throne.
Hell yeah! So I trip it, so it's now prone, and I realize that's all my actions. I'm now just standing in front of a fallen skull pig. Okay.
Yep, and it's
Oh no! Giant pirate skeleton's turn.
It like makes clickety clacky noises with the skeleton, and like has to use its first action to get up. But now it sees you. You are right in front of it. It's got a scimitar in one hand and what appears to be like a hook in the other hand, and it's going to swing the hook at you. And that is going to be a 29.
Doesn't crit. Definitely hits.
Cool. So yeah, and that is going to be some damage.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
a little bit.
A little damage as a treat.
15 piercing damage.
Ow.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy butts.
And then it's going to use its last action to grab you.
Rude.
And that will leave us with Gilgax.
Does it just automatically grab me? Oh, because it hit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Got you.
So Gilgax, seeing this thing start to stand up, is gonna, I guess, would taking out my crossbow be one of my actions?
Yeah, be an action.
Yep.
To take out a crossbow.
Yeah, taking out my crossbow and ready it, and I'm going to go. Crap, I'm pulling up my feet. Where is it? I may pronounce this wrong, but as an investigator, I have bon mot.
Yeah, bon mot?
Yeah, so I launch an insightful quip at the foe, distracting them, though I don't know how well this will work on a skeleton.
Roll a diplomacy check against the target's will DC.
Yes. I guess I'll flavor what I say depending on how good I roll. Or how... Sorry if you can hear my cat in the back. He has decided to yowl.
It's just a water muffet. It's okay.
I heard a cat and I got very excited.
Yeah, I have to cut out my cat quite often.
Oh, dude. It's so low. Why did I roll a 2? 13, it's a 13 total.
That is not going to succeed.
All right, so I take a penalty now, which, according to this, is a -1 to no, unless it's a critical thing. Oh no, yeah.
You take the same penalty the enemy would had you succeeded.
Yep.
You take the -3 penalty to perception and will saves for a minute.
Awesome. So Gilgax, as he's loading up his crossbow, looks up at the skeleton and goes, hey, bonehead, your shoes are... Oh, you don't have any shoes. Dang it. And as I'm doing this, I get so thrown off. I'm like still fumbling with the crossbow. Do I need to roll... Could a firing the crossbow at it be my third action? Awesome. I'm just going to roll my straight. Weirdly enough, that is better than doing the whole 24.
24 will hit.
Nice.
Nice. All right. 3 damage.
It just sort of like sticks in its shoulder.
Oh, that's not good.
And we're back up around with Talon.
Well, Talon no longer making the what the fuck face at dear Gilgax for the wonderful, insightful shoe quip. God, I just saw the gif. Let's stride on forward, I suppose. Ready. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5. So it strides twice to get reach.
Mm.
And we're gonna 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Nice. Okie doke. So then our friend takes 1d10 plus 3 plus a d6 of fire for a total of 11. Turned. Arms no longer a burning.
Oh. Yeah. And then we will come to Rita's turn.
Okay. So, I'm still grabbed, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As I'm grabbed, Rita's gonna reach for their deck protector. And I want to pull out the deck of cards.
Send
Hold
them
it
to
up.
the shadow zone.
Well, I want to hold it up to the skeleton and just like while being like, I just look at it and say, pick a card, and I'm gonna use my feat escape. I explode the deck of cards in a fashion so cards fly everywhere, allowing me to escape.
Yep.
I have enough cover to sneak until the end of so
So yeah, it just goes, oh.
You're 52 pickupping this skeleton?
hell yeah, I am. And then with my last action, it's on the throne, right? Can I move behind the throne?
Yeah, you can move behind the throne.
I'm gonna do that while it's all
Okay.
distracted.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
It does not see you move behind the throne because it's really distracted as you attempt to send it to the shadow zone.
Yep.
So it just sees Talon. And it is going to, with its scimitar, it's going to make one swing at you. And that is going to be a 22.
Which will just hit.
And that is going to be 9 slashing damage.
Okie doke.
And it will follow it up with a hook attack. That's only going to be a 19, so that's going to miss.
Just miss. Haha.
Yeah. And then it will spend its last action with moving back and forth. Yeah, no, that's an 8. So that is an 8 would roll, then so that's only like all minuses in total. So yeah. And then we're with Gilgax.
So Gilgax at the back still fumbling with his terrible quip. I would like to get over to one of these like rocks. Are they pillars or rocks?
They're pillars.
Okay, so he like runs up behind the pillar, takes cover back against it, breathing heavy, trying to think of a better quip, but he can't at the moment. So he's just gonna peek around the pillar, and I would like to do the devise a stratagem.
Yep.
So that would be a D. Okay, that is a 19. And can I use that to do a strike with my crossbow?
Yes, I believe. And I think devise the stratagem also adds your proficiency bonus.
I was gonna say if you're using it as an attack, you'd add your intelligence
would
and
add your
proficiency.
Oh,
So
you rolled a 15, so you can then choose to use that 15 automatically the next time you try to attack old boy this turn.
Yeah, so and it says I can add my intelligence modifier to that. Right. Do I add it to it as well?
I believe it adds your proficiency.
Yeah,
because it's an attack.
Yeah, it would just be like Tommy said, it's just like using that instead of rolling.
It is kind of what your
that
level
would make sense.
plus 2 for your proficiency.
Something like that, because you always
So I think
start off with
you start off with 2, so it's your level plus 2 for your.
Okay, so it'd be 7, 10, well, plus 11. Oh, that's a lot better. So I'll use that to kind of fire my crossbow. So that would be a plus 11. Gotta do
26.
26.
Yeah, and that hits.
Awesome. So I'll roll my crossbow down.
And you got that. You get your stratagem or like your.
The additional 2d.
Yep.
So 9 damage this time. As he kind of peeks around the corner, he's looking at the skeleton. All right, shoulder, not good. Let's go for the kneecap.
Yep, sticks right in the kneecap.
Does it look like it bothers him at all? Or bothers
more than the shoulder did.
Okay, we're making progress.
Yep. Also, Talon, does your weapon count as bludgeoning?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Dude, piercing.
Piercing, cool.
I should have said.
No, you're good. I was just like, I don't remember what a rancier looks like. So I was like trying to think in my head.
Essentially a big long trident with polar side point.
Yeah.
All the bludgeoning comes powerful wind magic, which I'm going to do now and hope this thing does an attack of opportunity me. Talem holds up her hand and a big gust of wind comes up. I don't know where Rita is, but I'd like to arc the 15-foot cone of the burning hands that does bludgeoning damage up from my square if possible. So I hit the second square up that the large creature is in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say so. But also there's like a back to the throne. And I imagine Rita is behind that currently.
Yeah.
So it'll just sort of the stone will get very bludgeoned. I was going to say very warm, but it was like, no, it's bludgeoning.
Very warm and
Very warm and bludgeoned. Okay, well then that's a... And this is one of my signature spells, so we're heightening it for all we're worth.
Yeah, and that is a 19. So.
Just a regular failure. There's a joke in there. Okay, so then
Me.
I'm really glad it was the GM.
I was gonna say it, but
Okay, so a lot of things trigger. Heightened to third level is this, and then Dangerous 3 adds a modifier to it, and then Bespell Weapon, bludgeoning damage with the Rancer after. So on a failure, here is 25 points of bludgeoning.
Wow.
Yeah, magic can be wild.
I'm like loading a crossbow and making fun of its shoes.
I mean, they're horrible shoes. And then third action, I attack with the Rancer. I would like to use my hero point, please.
Yes, much better.
For 25 to hit. Double check, because brain not want to do. Okay, it is an additional 1d10 plus 3 piercing plus 1d6 bludgeoning damages of the wind. Like, Talem fires a burst of wind, stabs through the middle, and pushes 4. Ooh. 18 points of damage, 5 of which is.
Well, yeah, no, you're just dealing some damage. Can magic users at this level start getting wild?
Yeah, I'm very wild magic. I sent someone to another plane of existence with a sudden
Yeah,
That's
That's
right.
all.
I will always remember the time where it was like, yes, this is a super scary sea monster. And then our witch killed it in one sudden bolt. Because their sudden bolt crit, and then they drew the quadruple damage card.
Oh god. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, I was like, my monster!
The scariest team is in fact the witch.
My reason for you to go to this island, because it was going to destroy your ship.
My plot! Damn!
Hey, there's a nice island. There's a nice island over there. You want to go explore it?
Please!
I prep things. But it does take a lot of damage. And Rita, it is your turn.
Okay. Could I climb on top of the throne?
Give me a quick athletics check.
Do that.
It's kind of tall, so you do have to spend a moment.
Okay. I mean that's 10 plus 10 athletics is so 20.
Yeah, I'd say no problem. You climb up to the top of the throne.
Okay. So then I want to pull out the rapier. And do you think like maybe one of the playing cards like fell on top of the throne?
I'll say so. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab that and just have my other hand. And I'm just gonna attack with the rapier. So I can only make one attack. Ooh, look at that.
Theoretically, that was right, maybe.
Well, I rolled a 20. And not 20.
Yeah.
So that is a total of 34. And it's
34. Yeah.
flanked, so But I imagine because I rolled a 20, it's now crit.
I mean, natural 20 bumps up your success level.
Cool. And because I am a roguey rogue, I get the critical specialization of the rapier whenever I do crit.
Then that's like deadly?
The target is made off balance by your attack, becoming flat-footed for 1 round.
Yeah, and I believe don't rapiers have deadly damage?
D8.
Yeah,
Hi,
deadly
Eli.
D8.
I don't know if you listen to this, but I'm friends with one.
I don't know, but hi if you do.
So does that mean it becomes a D8?
No, you roll a D8 as well.
Oh.
Yeah, deadly weapons are fucking wild. I played the gunslinger playtest.
Oh gosh.
And I played the sniper, and I had a deadly D10.
Oh, hey, so it's also flat-footed against me because I'm technically flanking, right?
Yes.
So I also roll my sneak attack dice.
Which is also doubled.
And the crit effect, which one is this one?
Shoulder wound. Until healed, the target is clumsy 1 and enfeebled 2.
It's clumsy 1, feeble 2, and flat-footed. So I just show up behind this and just like I imagine at first I think Rita doesn't say anything. They're just gonna like kick the back of its head so it's actually looking at them and then attack. So
I imagine you like kick it and the head spins around.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
and Rita just just smiles and stabs through the eye. So 6.
Yep.
Spins around a bunch of times.
5, plus 3. That's 18 plus a d8, which is 5. So 23 points of
The
damage.
D8 gets doubled, I think.
Oh, 23
Did you-
plus
Mhm.
26 points of damage.
And this is also with sneak attack, sneak damage.
That's with the sneak attack, yeah.
So you said 26.
Yep, and it's a rapier, so you know.
Yeah. So yeah, it is not looking great. But now it is aware that you are there, so it's going to swing its jab hook at you.
Okay, but you know, come T1 and it's people 2.
Yeah. Even with all of that, it is still a 34 to hit.
Oh my god, that crits.
Wow.
Yep.
Read about to get sent to the Shadow Realm.
And so it is. Let's grab dice, and because a creature is critically hit by the hook, it is impaled upon it. The creature is grabbed, and whenever the giant skeleton maintains the grab, you will take damage, but you won't take any from the initial being impaled.
Great. I love it.
Little did we know the skeleton is actually Exodia.
So that is 19.
What?
Yeah, it rolled super low on its crit.
Wow.
Rita hanging on. Well, yeah, they're hanging on by being impaled, actually.
God. You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't actually.
God.
You know when the puns are on purpose.
Yeah. And that was its first action.
Fuck.
And then it will turn and slash at Talon with its second. And that is going to be not great.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
21.
21.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's probably not going to hit. And then I did all the math, and I was like, oh, that is going
AC 20.
You take 8 slashing damage as it hits you with the scimitar. And then it is going to try to hit you again with the scimitar. And that is different. So that is only going to be a 15. And you're just nimbly dodging its last attack. Not the first one, but the second one. Yeah, you got. And Gilgax, it's just
Okay. So I still have. I'm realizing now I still have the negative effects of that bon mot because I still haven't thought of a better quip. I think I'm just gonna do continue with the devise of stratum. So I have to do that every round. I noticed too I have a button on my thing which changes all of my strike scores intelligence, which is so still looking for weakness on this sucker. So 13 plus 12, it's 25.
25? Yes, 25
Yes.
hit.
Woohoo! So with that, I guess I'll do another crossbow shot. 17 damage?
15. Okay. I mean, it's holding on, but it is not looking great. It's looks like and I believe that's only 2 actions for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the last one. So based on that amount of damage, I've already got the shoulder, I got the knee that didn't do too hot. What was is there another spot on the skeleton that is looking kind of extra?
You always go for the head.
Go for the head? Yeah, I guess the head is spun around now and looking backwards.
And we'll get to bring in that Pathfinder has a multiple attack penalty. So your second attack is made at your normal minus something.
Oh, so I wasn't gonna do another attack. I was kind of asking for flavor so I could maybe come up with another quip.
Oh yeah, its head is vulnerable.
I was just gonna go, hey bonehead, you got no brains in there? Gilgax is clearly not good.
I mean,
fighting.
you can roll your bon mot one more time to see if it's
to see if I can lose the effect that it's putting on me. So diplomacy check. There's a tiny part of me that hopes it is. I rolled a 4. Well, plus 11. That's 15. That's still pretty. It's not great. But...
It's a regular failure, not a critical failure.
It was the stutter. So I guess I'm still stuck on the effect, huh?
Yep.
So the penalty is still -2.
Yep. And we'll go back to the top with Talon.
Okie doke. Last level 3 spell of the day. We'll cast in. I want to say bludgeonings, but that just seems like fists, and I'm not casting fists today. That was the point.
But you can
throw hands.
I throw hands.
But
I will
can
orient the foot cone directly above Talon's square, such that I don't blast Rita. And if I can get a reflex save.
And that is going to be a 19.
Very good. So regular failure, all the things.
Oh,
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
25? Okay. How do you want to
I-
kill this thing?
Aha! By throwing hand. So
Yeah.
Talem like throws the spear down at an angle such that the Rancer is pointing into the ground, throws one hand forward, fires a gust of forward into the skeleton, pushing like trying to remember what anatomy is. The wind contacts the skeleton like where the hip begins and pushes it backwards and backwards until the spine snaps, pushed over the arm of the throne, half of the skeleton resolving in a heap, broken, the negative energy animating it, dissipating, legs just kind of collapsing in place where they are.
You push it back into its own throne and it crumbles and falls apart. Rita sort of like, if you were kind of in the air a little bit, so
Yeah, it's just like a cacophony and sounds like someone dropped a xylophone on top of it.
And
Oh my
also
God.
way too many cards go all over the place because I'm just throwing wind everywhere.
Rita
I can't
stands up.
believe you said xylophone.
Yeah, you know. Rita stands up, dusts himself. I was like, cards helped, right?
You
As
really, I could tell you put a lot of heart into that fighting style.
God damn.
Thank you.
I hate it.
Like,
I hate it. It
I'm
just
like-
hit me.
I
As
respect it.
everything comes to silence and it settles down, Gilgax leaps out from behind the thing and points towards where the throne is, and his hand is shaking. He goes, "I'm gonna take your bones and turn them into." Oh,
Yes, you're so right.
and like as the skeleton falls, you watch as sort of along the southern wall, another door opens up, leading into what appear to be stairs going down. And you'll notice this Kahlo, who's been just following you this entire time, squawks in a mechanical way and flies through the door.
Rita's gonna be like, "Hey, Mafia friend, you still around? Were you just hiding?"
Yeah, I'm here. I don't fight.
Valid. Could I like also take a bit to like use battle medicine to heal myself?
As you say that, Talem begins to incant again in the weird one. I will burn 2 level 1 spell slots for 3 action.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Everybody gets 12 back. You didn't get hit.
I
Thank
correct,
you.
but I also had a lot of damage from the other one.
Valid. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot.
I'm just looking how battle medicine works. So I always had it done to me and done.
Yeah. You roll a medicine check. I believe. Are you just doing the basic battle medicine?
Yeah, that's what I got.
So it's a DC of 15.
Suppose I will guidance you.
Yeah, well, with guidance,
Yeah.
because I may need that because I rolled a 3. With the guidance, that is a 16.
Just enough. Yeah. You heal. I think it's like 2d8 plus 8.
I believe so. Let me just. Yes. Also keep like moving forward.
I'm gonna wait at the back for the method to follow.
Yeah. I kept thinking of a non-copyright name to call him.
Non.
Because I was going to keep calling him like just channeling juice, but I'm like, I don't want to be sued.
Juice Beetle.
It's funny
Similar
you bring
but
that up
distinct.
because I was gonna ask the method what their name was
I was
when
gonna
we were
too.
walking down the tunnel.
I didn't want to be that guy and force that level of improv on the DM, but I did think.
I was thinking, because my players are always the kind of people to be like, what is this NPC's name? And I just go,
Friend.
Their name is
a
random
forever
name
DM.
generator. Same.
To get around that for our show, I made a form on our website where listeners can just submit names, and I pulled them off that chart.
Nice.
I had to create a random chart of main campaign that I use.
Oh, that's awesome! You gotta get them somehow.
I just usually go with whatever pops off my head. So, there's a lot of Bethley, Jomini, Horatio.
Was jamming a Starfight and someone would ask some random alien name, fuck, and then that would be their name.
I mean, that's
fuck.
Lots of apostrophes in there.
You learn that it is water bug.
Similar, yet distinct. Well,
Yep.
Is anyone else still hurt? I have one more heal in me, or one more first level, I should say.
I'm
good.
39 of 60, so I think I'm
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm up to max. I'm good. So
time to go tunnel.
Tunnel through Brenluck's readout.
I got to the end of the secret tunnel.
So you all head down the tunnel, following. It's a bit of a walk, maybe about an hour or so, before you come to a large open area. It's kind of hard to call it a cave. You can hear the sounds of water off in the distance, and before you, all you see is a old chest, and sort of there's a little perch. You see that Kahlo jumps on top of that.
So, does anyone else feeling like not great about the captain right now.
In the sense that the captain died in prison, I think about it from time to time.
I mean more so that they sent on us this thing where they sent us deadly traps to try to, I guess, strengthen our teamwork, but also we could have just fucking died.
It was like Callow said, and waves towards chest. Any random idiot who wandered in, ants and methods notwithstanding.
Yeah, no offense, water.
Yeah, it's okay.
You said we walked for like an hour, right?
Yeah.
To get to the chest.
Yeah.
Uh,
This
I-
long winding passageway.
Is it kind of weird to anybody else here that the captain dug or someone dug? It took us an hour to get to this room with a chest in it.
It's very well hidden.
And yeah, it's valid.
This is very true. And all
Feels
this from
suspicious.
inside a cell. I'm overthinking.
Maybe this is his mind palace or something.
Or no, not again. I guess Rita's just me like, okay, there's a chest. Can I vibe check the
Sure, give me a perception check.
I will poke it with my rancer.
22%?
It's a chest,
It's a chest.
and it's unlocked.
And it's unlocked. I guess. Would y'all like to join me in opening this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I walk over with the spear and kind of poke it at the corner to help lift from a
Mhm.
slight distance off to the side away from where the front of the chest is facing.
Yep. And like a visage of teamwork that the captain wanted, that we all open it at the same.
As you open it, there's some money in it. There's a smattering of copper, some silver, and a few. It's not a lot, but as you do, Callow hops from the perch on top of the chest and the mouth, and you hear the voice of my friends. You truly were the finest crew I ever had the pleasure of sailing with, and I'm sorry to say that the promised treasure was. I hope you will forgive, but I have turned it over to the Andoran captain for this promise to be lenient on all of you. That treasure bought your freedom, and I can't think of a finer purchase. The bird grows silent for a moment before leaping off the chest to perch atop the molding drapery on the far side of the chamber. The voice continues. But fear not, my friends, because an old pirate like me always has one more secret. With that, the parrot tugs at the curtain, which falls away to reveal a short passage that leads to a secret hidden cove on the far side of the island. There, sitting above the waves in a dry dock, is a glorious sailing sloop in near perfect condition. The parrot continued. I had a few enchantments cast to make sure it was ready for you when the time was right. The ship is yours. Take it and see the world that I never did.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought he was going to say that the treasure was the friends we made along the way. Oh, I feel so much better now.
We were friends before. Were we supposed to make peace with the ants?
I don't know. He loves his metaphors and his riddles in an empty chest. My heart was going. I was about to be real angry.
Hey, Waterbug, want to go on an adventure?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
My head canon is I level up and take the class feat that gives me a familiar, and it is Waterbug.
So yes, you all head down towards the ship. It is beautiful, and it's missing only a few provisions, but you can sail it out into the ocean and see the world. Who knows what happened after that? It's a mystery, and that is the end. Brings us to the end of our adventure.
Hey, we only almost died.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Excuse you.
But yes, I always had a lot of fun. This is very fun to run, and I definitely want to run some of the other one shots they put out. Yes,
This is good.
I will pass it around. Everybody say who you are, what you do, like where people can find you, and who you played. I will start with you, Mike.
Hi again. I'm Mike, and I run a little old podcast called Tales of Esperan. We play 5th edition D&D, and you can find us on Twitter at Tales of Esperan or on our website at www.toapodcast.com. Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. It's my first time into Pathfinder, and I'm in love. This was wonderful.
It's such a great system. I have fallen in love with it in the past year.
And just like every time Tommy went through and was like describing all the things they could do with their mage, and then watching a pile of dice pour out was
so good.
I love it, because that doesn't happen very much in regular old D.
No, there's a lot of times where it's like, I attack 1d10.
Yeah, again, I Eldritch.
Yes, 1d12.
Yeah. But no, this was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it was great. I definitely love Pathfinder. But yes, the next up is Dusty. Where can people find you?
Yeah, again, Dusty, I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Dusty Hill. You could also find me as a cast member of this like really great City of Mist podcast called Anamamagiri.
Yeah.
I play Guillermo de la Rosa, queer fashion disaster. You can find me occasionally guesting here on Goblins and Gays. I tend to be around a lot. And also, probably by the time this is out, you'll see some stuff for Well Seasoned Stories, which is all BIMPOC, incredibly queer podcasts where we really explore stories from non-Eurocentric tales. And yeah, you'll be seeing some stuff along that. One of the people from Goblins and Gays, Aki, is helping headline it, so you'll see her a lot as well.
And I mean, hey, there's also there's a Lancer podcast that's
that's right. Yes, that's going to be out as well, called Bring Your Own Mech.
Yeah, that you can maybe hear me as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I play a very another queer disaster. It's weird how these things that I've somehow become the face, and their name is Zorolo. It's wonderful.
And Tom?
My name is Tommy. I have been simping for Paizo for about 4 years. Everyone say hi, Tommy. I do a thing on YouTube called Black Dragon Game on all of the various socially things. I'm trying to follow. Read it one more time. What was it?
Anamamagiri. Anamamagiri.
You to DM me that because I'm trying to like how to find where is.
Yeah,
but,
same.
Yeah.
I dropped it in the chat.
Okay. There we go.
It is Latin for to take your last breath because we're edgy.
Is that what it's for?
Yep.
Huh.
I was listening to Cradle of Filth before we got here. There's nothing wrong with edgy. And I like I said, I very rarely get a G player. I think Melee Sorcerer panned out quite a bit.
Quite well.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to airbend at the things.
Yes, I'm Aubrey. I'm your user here. I pretty much here every week. I mean, pretty much as I run everything and I do all of the stuff, so I definitely need to be here every week.
It would be helpful.
Yes, so things happen. But yes, next week we will be starting Aki's campaign, little mini campaign, 4 to 5 sessions. As you know, we do all of our between season 2 and 3 stuff. It's be a lot of fun, and it's funny enough we're recording this before the end of season 2. I don't know how much people are going to be yelling at me for how I end season 2.
Oh no! You'll definitely be hearing from me on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be fun. But yes, and we say a little fun thing here as we end all episodes. We started it in episode 1 and it's just continued.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, eat your vegetable.
All right.
Yar.
Don't get the scurvy. No scurvy loud.
No scurvy.
Passengers, remain calm and please stay in your seats. We are experiencing pirate activity.
Oh, there's just something happening. What? Them. Them.
Oh no.
At the outer edges of space, where union is but a whisper, humanity scrapes together a living amongst the stars. This is the story of 4 Lancers, talented pilots of mechanized chassis from all corners of the known universe, thrown together by circumstance and destiny, and credits. Follow Matcha.
Oh, were we supposed to know each other beforehand? I mean, we're all gonna die, but I'm glad you figured that out now.
Moxie.
Well, I have absolutely no idea what you necessarily need me to do here, but if it's kill a bitch or fix a bitch, I can do both very well. You're worth 1 week of no chores, and you know what? I really need that week.
Roadkill.
I'll take in the front, those 2 are taking the back. One of them's going through the booty hole, and let's go. I kind of need your help.
Fuck you.
And Silver.
Here's like a little bit of money. Please go away. The ghost of your mistakes.
Led by me, Reed, your game master, through the Lancer system, a mud and laser style anime mecha RPG. I hope they brought some printers with them, because this is Bring Your Own Mech, an actual play Lancer podcast, and batteries are not included. Catch our first episode starting on July 29th, wherever you catch your podcasts, and then every other Thursday. Follow my heading, and I'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Mike, the storyteller for Tales of Asperon. On this clear night, you find yourself at a makeshift camp within the Whiteleaf Wood. Beside you, an older gentleman sits on a log with a book, writing of its own accord. The light from the stellar rings surrounding the planet bring a pleasant glow to this person's scarred face.
This story is about 4 young folks who cross paths in the simple town of Homestead, on the frontiers of Asperon. Together, these kids save a poisoned man on the street, believing him to be a hero of sorts. Little did they know, this kindness would unravel their lives into a heap of trouble. You see, Asperon is filled with danger. The Hearthlands will melt your body to its very bones, and titanic beasts roam the jungles and forests. Though the frontier is the worst of all. It has no kings, queens, or country, just people. People who will take whatever they want. The frontier, well, it's where heroes are forged. And I hope these kids have what it takes to make it through the fire.
Hello, adventurers. If you enjoyed that preview of our 5th edition Real Play podcast, check out our website at www.toapodcast.com. You can also find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, and most of the other free podcasting apps.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.